So M12 and M18 batteries. These are great to use in projects, but there is a problem.
If you're using Milwaukee batteries, whether it's the M12 or M18 packs, to power DIY projects like work lights or portable gear, there's a trap waiting for you. This also applies to most other brands. There are a few exceptions, Ryobi One Plus and Rigid 18 volt and some newer Craftsman packs. But almost every other brand manages power protection inside the tool body itself, not the battery. While Milwaukee M18 packs do have internal monitoring circuits, neither the M12 nor the M18 has a physical disconnect switch on the main power terminals. If you leave a load connected, it will drain the cells down to 0 volts and permanently brick an expensive battery pack. The fix is simple. Always wire in an inline low voltage disconnect module, and this is the part I use.
It's an XH-M609, which is a very inexpensive part. It's no more than $2 or $3. Less if you buy them in bulk, actually. So let's look closely at the hardware before wiring it up. The XH-M609 operates across a wide input range of 12 volts to 36 volts DC. This means that single boards handle 12 volts M12 packs, 18 volt M18 packs, and even 24 volt or 36 volt custom setups, without any modifications.
On the top row, we have 2 green terminal blocks. The left one is for the voltage in, positive and negative, and the right one is for voltage out, positive and negative. In between those, we have a 10 amp relay. Below the right terminal block, there is a power LED that switches on when current is flowing to the attached device. There is a 3-character display which shows the current voltage to 1 decimal place, and below that the 2 control buttons. Before we touch the programming buttons, we need our target voltages. Lithium-ion cells are permanently damaged if their charge drops too low, and under a heavy load, cell voltage will naturally sag. Let's break down the math for the M12 and M18 batteries. First, the Milwaukee M12 with a 3-cell configuration. Fully charged, each cell sits at 4.2 volts, giving a total of 12.6 volts. To give ourselves a safe buffer, we will set our low voltage cutoff to 10 volts, which works out to roughly 3.33 volts per cell. Next, the Milwaukee M18 5 amp hour battery. Each individual lithium-ion cell has a nominal voltage of 3.6 volts. Connecting 5 of them in series multiplies the voltage to reach 18 volts. Each series string provides 2.5 amp hours of capacity. Wiring 2 of those rows in parallel combines them to deliver the full 5 amp hours. Fully charged, the pack reaches 21 volts. The nominal voltage is 18 volts. The danger level is 3.0 volts or below per cell, which equals 15 volts. For the M18, we will set our cutoff to 16 volts to maintain a safe buffer. Finally, the Reconnect Gap. When a heavy load cuts out, lithium cells immediately bounce back up in voltage. If we do not configure a Reconnect Gap, the relay will rapidly chatter on and off. On the M12 pack, we set a 2-volt gap, disconnecting at 10 volts and reconnecting at 12 volts. On the M18 pack, we set a 3-volt gap, disconnecting at 16 volts and reconnecting at 19 volts.
So what I have here is a benchtop power supply, a controller board and a 12-volt LED light. The power supply is currently giving out 8.9 volts, but it says 9.3 on there, so there's a bit of an error going on, but I'll correct that later. But anyway, when we turn up the voltage gradually, goes past 12 volts, comes on at 12.6. And if I go down again, it'll stay on all the way down to 10 volts and then turn itself off. So simply that works. There's some error in this. I mean, it's a cheap board, so there's going to be a little bit of error, but it fundamentally works. And that's what we need to protect our 12 volt and 18 volt batteries.